man. So, last year we was hit with this industry plant sensation named Bobbi Althoff, and she was really delivered by Funny Marco. I think he was featured on her podcast, I believe. I know she's a TikTok star. And then after that point, she just started doing all the biggest, craziest podcasts with wild numbers with rappers such as Drake, Lil Yachty, Offset, several other folks, And people like, where the hell this lady came from, where she came from, bro? But Funny Marco took responsibility for that. Eventually, she came and gave him bread to thank him for that. And recently, they announced a tour that they were going on together. Now, Bobbi Althoff has a certain type of comedy that I don't know if it would go over well when it comes to actual stand-up. Funny Marco going on tour was like, I want it to be a certain type of way. I want it to be funny. People gonna spend money for it. I want it to be something that they can enjoy and want to come back for, double back for. So essentially, he stopped the tour, canceled the tour because she ain't funny in a live setting. Basically, that's what I take from it. Let's get his own words from it, bro.
And then now with the Bobby tour, I love Bobby to death. Bobby's a good person. I feel like everybody good. Let's be real. Like, I don't have shit bad to say about nobody. But when people pay their hard working money, I really, really care about that. So when I'm on stand-up tour and I'm selling out these tours and then me and Bobby be able to come together and people are paying their money to come see us, I really want that to get better. I don't want it to be the same. I don't want to take nobody money if you can't get it again. Let me start there. Let me say that. If you can't get the money again, you don't need to be doing it twice. That's like with anything. With promo, if you're doing promo, don't be out here trying to scramble for money and take people hard work money to just do it and use your platform and then go about your day, because it's about like a relationship. A relationship is very, very important. Yeah. So the fact that I feel like I did stand up before and I'm still doing it. So I understand, I'm learning how to entertain a crowd. And it's not the same thing that you get on Instagram. This is real life where people are going to look and they want the energy and they want the feeling. And I feel like Bobby was stiff a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, hey man, let's really, really work on this. Like, and I paid script writers, like, let's really get him a show. And where she told me, that's not me. Bobby was like, my comedy is me not talking a lot. And I'm like, shit, this is different. Like, you can do that on the podcast, but in real life, this is different. So her comedy was different from what she said, from what she wanted to bring to the show, which I can respect. You know what I'm saying? It's not nothing about me getting mad. I'm not saying you're doing nothing wrong. I can't, but I just don't agree with it. I can feel like I don't agree with it. You feel me? The same way she probably don't agree with what I do. So you're not wrong for how you feel. But again, when people pay them tickets, and I just feel like, and I'm trying to put a production show together, and then you're not saying nothing, and I'm up there trying to talk, and I'm like, hey, Bobby, and you're just like this. It was just like, it was hurting me.
That doesn't work. I don't know if people understand, like, the filming versus theater. Your expressions with theater has to be bigger on a stage versus with film, because they can zoom in to your face and catch your expressions. You could tell the audience what to look at when you're filming, but on stage you have to exaggerate more, especially with your vocals, facial expressions. You have to be bigger on stage than the actual film. It's a totally different landscape when you see people that are theater and film. Usually people that come from theater are better in film, but that transition from film to theater is different. And this is essentially the same shit. Recording on Instagram and podcasts, whatever, you could go ahead and have those awkward moments, the office zoom in when someone say something awkward and stare at the camera, the break of the third wall type shit. You have all those things, but when you actually on stage, it's a totally different dynamic. You have to work the crowd. You have to go ahead and know how to, speak to them. It's a totally different thing, I do have a drama background, bro. I used to go from football practice on tour days. In the middle of my tour days practice, go to drama club, bro. That's what the chicks was at. I ain't gonna lie. The chicks was in the drama club practices.
Because I know people are paying their hard, like, it could be their last money. It could be, they don't care about it. Like, I got the money. But again, if you don't pay to see something twice, I don't want to do it again. I wanted it to get better, but Bobby was just in her ways of doing it how she wanted to do it, and I was in my ways to do it how I want to do it. So nobody's in the wrong when it comes to that. But on my end, to explain to y'all, I just wanted more out of Bobby. I wanted her to dance more. I wanted her to talk. And the audience was, believe it or not, a lot of people was coming to see her. So like, her fan base is big. A lot of people were seeing her. As much as I'm selling out on tour, a lot of people was coming to see her. So that was a beautiful thing. So I'm happy, like, man, they coming to see her. Like, hey, this you can go along with this. Like, you can really make your podcast go live and taking it and bring your other guests on there. But again, she was doing it her own way. And I want entertainment. I want you to learn something. I want you to laugh. I want you to walk away and be like, damn, that was a good ass show. I don't want you to be like, yeah, it was all right. Because like I said, when people just think about money, that's what hurt their career. So it's a lot of times I had to turn down a lot of money because I just feel like it just wasn't good for my brand. Yeah, or it just wouldn't be, I wouldn't take it as serious, you know? And I don't want to play with nobody's money. Like, I'm not the person that do that. And I feel like the world just feel like everything's about money and they play with people's money and they want it. But again, it's just about if you get it once, how can you get it again? Can you get it the same way you got it the first time? So understand that everything's not about money. Like, money is a reward. So once you tap in with yourself and you realize this is power and this is power, like your brain, and your mouth, and your actions. Those are the three powers. Your brain, your mouth, and your actions. That's what's gonna bring you the money. But people don't want to use the brain sometimes, or they don't want to use your mouth, or they don't want to use the action, and they just feel like they should get paid. So that's why I feel like I'm thankful to be able to go on tour. And I told my cameraman to pull up some clips. I like how my shows are going, so I want y'all to come see me. So I want y'all to see these clips real quick, and hopefully they showed y'all and y'all back here. But I want y'all to come out and see me in this whole nother different spotlight. I want y'all to learn about Marco.
Nigga did not put the clips in, bro. That's crazy. Hey, man, but hey, I think that's all he had to pretty much say. But nah, dog, you gotta understand, bro. I agree. I understand what he's saying. I get where he's coming from, bro. But yeah, when you wake up, dog, when you grinding, you really gotta make the right decisions. Everything ain't just for bread. Even certain things, I gotta make decisions on what I want to cover or what I want to say on my platform, because I know what's the easiest shit to bring the money in. I know the easiest shit. I know what to do. If I want to turn my platform up to a whole new level, I could go ahead and just become a character like these other dudes do and just go crazy, you know? But far as the longevity, as far as what I really want to do, I don't know if I want to do that, you know? I don't know if I want to go ahead and portray myself in something that I don't feel to be true in essence to me. That's just me speaking. But in himself, he doesn't want to go ahead and just steal people money just because you could bring people out to see you and Bobbi Althoff on tour. And that makes me think about that Drewski shit. When people thought Drewski was going on tour initially, we had a could have been tour like a year or two ago, people thought it was gonna be stand-up comedy, but Drewski doesn't do stand-up comedy as of now. It just was the could have been record shit where people basically come on stage and audition to be in could have been records type shit. You know, it's just on those type of vibes, like a live show type vibes. People were caught off guard by that. Now moving forward, who knows how well that would do, because people didn't really expect that to be the show. It may do good again because the folks may have had a great enough time and Drewski has a good enough name that they'll come back from before. But the people that expect stand-up comedy before, they like, damn. And then that word gets around that the show didn't meet their expectations. It could deter people from coming to future shows, and that could leave a stain on these entertainers as far as how they could pull live audiences in the future. All right, so I understand him for making this move. That's real nigga shit. I fuck what he doing. I do wonder if he had a conversation with Bobby before he came and explained this shit, because that boy straight up said she was stiff. In my opinion, he tried to say it the nicest way possible, that she was unfunny, not entertaining in live settings. That's my thing. That's what I think. Y'all gotta let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here though. This is another update with Stace. Yo.